My name is Wade Smith, Superintendent for Walla Walla Public Schools, and this is the January Pulse. Welcome back to campuses, students, faculty, and families. I hope you had a restful and relaxing winter break. Thankfully, knock on wood, to date, Mother Nature's been quite kind to us, but as I mentioned in the most previous pulse, we know it's just right around the corner before snow and ice hit, and so stay on the lookout for, again, school closures and delays, as Mother Nature, we know, will be right around the corner. Before we get too far into this pulse, I want to take the opportunity to introduce our Athletic Director, Chris Ferenz, where we're going to have a kind of a Q&A session about both the Learning Levy and the Capital Levy. That's going to be on the ballots before you know it on the February 13th special election. So let me introduce Athletic Director Chris Ferenz. Well, thank you, Athletic Director Ferenz, for joining me this afternoon. I think it'd be a great opportunity to have a conversation with our community and remind them about the two levies that are coming up on the February 13th special election. First is the Replacement Learning Levy. This levy is not a new tax. Actually, our community has been renewing this levy all the way back to 1971, and it pays for a myriad of activities and opportunities the state basic ed program doesn't pay for, whether it's band, choir, music, drama, AP honors classes, school safety, counseling, nursing, all of those programs that's above the state basic ed model that our community has consistently approved at the ballot box for some 52 years. One of the critical components of that is also the athletics and activity programs. I know it pays for whether it's band, whether it's baseball or soccer or football or middle school sports, or even our most recent elementary opportunities. Those are all levy funded programs and opportunities. And I'd like to get kind of your perspective on this, Athletic Director Ferenz, of why it's important that our students get involved and engaged in after-school athletics and opportunities like that.
Well, after-school activities, whether it be the band, the choir, athletics are an opportunity for kids to build leadership skills, team building, lifelong skills, working cooperatively. It provides, really, athletics and activities are just an extension of the classroom. The same things that they're learning from 8 to 3, they're learning from 3 to 8. And we've been very fortunate that at Walla Walla that we have extensive programs. I mean, we're offering the same number of programs as Chiawana High School, who's the largest school district in the state right now.
2 or 3 times more kids than we have.
Correct, yeah. We ran the same number of teams in the fall, and we'll run the same number of teams in the winter and the spring as them. So we've been very fortunate that the community support and our coaches have built programs that kids want to be part of. It's been shown time and time again that kids' engagement in activities in school, it only pays dividends and helps them succeed while in school and then down the road.
Yeah, the two things that as I participate in athletics, and I know you did as well, is first learning those 21st century skills, that teamwork, camaraderie, the stick-with-itness, all that grit and determination, can oftentimes best be built on the court, on the pitch, on the field. Likewise, one of the things I want to just really thank our board of directors during Board Appreciation Month, the month of January, is about 5 years ago, they removed all fees for athletics and activities for students to participate, whether it's band, choir, AP honors class, or playing on the basketball team. And I know that's one thing that's really helped proffer up and prosper up the number of students out participating, as we have almost 70% of our students qualify for free and or reduced lunch. And the athletic fees were a real barrier, and it's really a delight to see that. And I think one of the inherent challenges is also that's bringing out more players and more access, which is why artificial turf surfaces was one of the key and critical components identified by the Outdoor Athletic and Activities Committee. Safe, high quality artificial turf to replace again, natural grass that simply can't keep up with the wear and tear of 3, if not 4 boys soccer teams, for example, this spring. Talk to us a little bit about that and why other schools have already converted to natural or artificial turf many years prior.
Yeah, so most of the schools in our league, pretty much all of them, as the Athletic Facilities Committee got together and recommended the board to have those artificial turf fields, is because so many community groups as well as our school groups are using those fields repeatedly. And our fields through the course of a season, because we have had 3 or 4 soccer teams as well as our football teams, our fields get used quite a bit. For example, the soccer field behind us, we've put the goals away here this winter. With a turf field, those fields are going to remain open year round, whether it be for community or high school activities,
Because they'd be mud
lacrosse,
holes by
soccer.
the time the spring
Right,
sports
yeah.
came around.
And
with all the
so,
community
you
use.
know, at
Yeah.
the end of each season, we do close the fields down right now to try to get that grass to repair for the next season. Yeah.
Well, and I'm glad you brought that up because community use is critically important for us, whether it's renting our gymnasiums or auditoriums. And one thing I want to highlight here is, with the improvements recommended in the outdoor capital, that short-term outdoor capital levy that's being proposed in that February 13th election, is putting in, for example, an all-weather track at Pioneer Middle School. So not only can our track students use it at Pioneer Middle School, our PE students, but also our community can use those and access those fields. Same thing when it comes to artificial turf playing fields, both at here and at the multi-sport complex where the existing blue track is getting community use out there to allow not only our students, our families, but again, city athletics and opportunities, as well as club teams and sports. So talk to us a little bit about maybe how we're a little different than other schools without naming names, but we do open up our campuses to community.
Yeah, without naming names, I will say that under your leadership and the board support, the opening up of our activity facilities to not outside, but our community groups, I think we're kind of, I would say, a leader right now, whether it be our gyms, our athletic fields, our track. We have a system in place and we welcome those outside groups to use our facilities. So they're used more than other schools. Most schools have barriers, whereas we don't. You talked about reducing fees, and we don't charge people to come into our athletic events because of levy support and those kinds of things. We actively engage our community to use our facilities and open our campuses up.
Well, again, and as I view it, and I again want to appreciate our board's leadership. These schools are our community schools. You help pay for them, you help support them, and your kids, your grandkids, your neighbors' kids go to our schools. And we're just so proud of your support. And I want to remind folks that, again, we have two important levies coming up on the February 13th special election. One is the replacement learning levy. We call it the learning levy.
Yep.
Every 4 years, it has to be renewed. It's required by the state to get renewed by your local voters. It's been renewed again consistently for over 52 years in Walla Walla Public Schools. Pays for, again, band, choir, music, art, drama, athletics, activities, clubs. And the second accompanying levy is a short-term capital levy. It will cost the average homeowner about $9 to $10 per month for a 6-year term. And what it's going to do is bring some of the improvements to our outside facilities that weren't part of the 2018 bond measure to help support some of the incredible things that Chris, Director of Ferenz, mentioned here in this video. Stay tuned. Flyers are going to be in your mailboxes shortly to help explain. And if you have any questions about either the replacement learning levy or the short-term capital levy, please feel free to reach out to myself, visit our website, and again, just encourage folks to learn more about these levies and ask any questions that they have. Remember to vote February 13th. With that, thank you. Have a safe and wonderful January.